And welcome back, everyone. We're in the final full week of the year, not just December, the year. Christmas is in 2 days. I'm definitely pre-recording a couple videos before that day comes. I only want to be able to do my Q&A and the review for whatever movie I see, be it The Complete Unknown or Nosferatu. Probably for Christmas Day, it might actually be Complete Unknown. I think I'll probably take my dad to that, and then Nosferatu I'll do Thursday. But regardless, to go starting with Q&A, we have from Shoto Todoroki. Ironically, I just did your Pokemon team, Shoto. Who would win in a fight? Dark Schnieder versus Accelerator. Now, so Accelerator, I believe, is from a certain Accelerator. I believe it's like a certain magical index. Is that the name of the series? 1 second, I want to be sure about that. Accelerator, and that's his name too. That's his title. Let's see here now. Toro Majutsu no Index. I believe that's a certain magical index. Whereas Dark Schnieder is from a series I'm actually not even familiar with called Bastard, if I had that right. I'm double checking that right now. You bastard! But no, seriously. So, Dark Schnieder. At least this is the Dark Schnieder I could find. If someone was, yes, Bastard is the name of the series. Never watched that shit. I never watched it, but it does strike me as something I'd probably be interested in. Both are basically kind of the strongest individuals in their universes. Dark Schnieder is the self-proclaimed strongest wizard in the universe. Was sealed away, I believe, in a kid, and then was brought back later on. He's kind of like the nine-tailed fox of this world. Whereas Accelerator is an Esper, a psychic, basically, who, after getting damage to his brain, only operates at about 50% capacity. He uses a special collar to use his abilities. And even at 50%, he's still, by and large, the strongest character, or by and large, one of the strongest characters in the series. Now, Dark Schnieder is a very cocky individual due to his strength and power. His powers include enhanced strength, which is enhanced to insane degrees, capable of surviving a point-blank ball volt or thunder electric attack. He has mass regeneration, even being able to regrow an arm when thoroughly exhausted. Apparently, he's got a fire sword. And he's capable of launching blows strong enough to destroy entire armors, which, because these are magically based, is impressive. Magic spells, using multiple forms of magic, at one point being known as the legendary sorcerer. He's master of fire magic, as well as well-versed in spells of thunder and lightning, as well as black magic. He is stated to lack any spells involving ice and cold. Thank you, odds. Then there's something called Judas Pain. He has Dark Schnieder has 6 shards, technically 7, since as the Atom and Darkness, he has his own shard in his heart of Judas Pain, an object which can open the gates of hell. By using these shards, he can change into Majin form, and by chain activating them, summon the Dragon Knight, whatever the hell that is. Creation, being the man close to the god, he has gained power to reconstruct the dead, even angels, which is insane. Splitting, he can split himself into basically smaller duplicates of himself. He also has the ability to shapeshift. React at superhuman speeds, increase his attributes, and transform into other forms that increase his power by trillions. And he can smell virgins. It's like, virgin. But yeah, literally can multiply his power by trillions if he wants. He can see hidden things in magic vision. He can breathe fire with fire breath, build up, lets him combine himself after splitting into pieces. Sumo, knows the ancient art of sumo wrestling. Great. Turning includes magical abilities like manipulates target mental state, creates false images. He can create shields for barriers against attacks. With black magic, he has the ability to attack target with toxins pulled from the air. Dark Angel is a massive dark lightning to attack the opponent. Exodus envelops the user in fire and hurts them at the target. Riot, several arcs of electricity attack the target. Venom summons a destructive enzyme from the gates of hell that breaks down all organic matter. The Void cooks enemies with microradiation. Okay. Curse magic curses a target to do whatever they say or turn into a toad. Blind Guardian creates thorns that wrap around and inflict pain on the target. Earth magic. Drash Gun creates earth spikes from the ground that impales enemies. Mace spell to unlock things. Magnum create an eruption of magma from the ground. Martial law showers molten metal on enemies. Megadeth fuses earth and air spirits to create an explosion. Fireman, oh god, there's so many things here. This is one of those characters where I can't like go over literally everything. Everything. Biological shotgun spell, rad. What the hell? Okay, that's interesting. High ancient. Let's look at high ancient magic as some of the broke stuff. Anal Eldeo creates a massive vacuum fault to destroy enemies. A vacuum. Oh, okay, that's great. Black Sabbath traps the target in a barrier and causes a nuclear fission inside the barrier. Ed Zeppelin summons spirits of hell to consume the enemy. Halloween. The user opens the gates of hell and releases a powerful blast of limitless energy from his or her palm. Multi-layered, three-dimensional magical circle. Creates a large multi-dimensional magical circle that boosts the power of spells and allows the user to use more complex spells. Rainbow, calling the power of his patron god Blackmore, summons a bow and arrow of magic. Okay. Testament, ultimate freezing spell with absolute zero temperature. The secret of the soul gives part of the caster's soul to the target to save their life. Well, that's nice. Let's see. Other magic include teleportation, creating powerful explosion from magic from the demon world. Crowbar, most powerful demon sealing spell. Hades summons the grudges of spirits that burn enemies. Siren distorts space to crush opponents. The secret of reincarnation lets DS or Dark Schneider reincarnate in a new body upon death. Evil Sealing, creating a halo of light to cut enemies in half with Wingler. In terms of his weaknesses, he does have a couple. Incomplete reincarnation. He was sealed by the high priest of Melikana, Gionoto Soto, and the old hag Baba. He can only be awakened by a virgin's kiss, leaving his soul trapped in Lucien's body until a virgin kisses him. Absorption of the seal's feelings. Due to the fact that he's sealed inside Lucien Rain's body, Dark Schneider ends up just observing everything the boy does and absorbs some of his feelings, such as love he feels for Nia Noto Yoko, and also fear that Lucien has of her fighting with him. Divine magic weakness. Okay, he is weak to divine magic. Great. Exhaustion. If Darkseid uses magic in large amounts, he will be quite weakened to the point he'll temporarily lose his magical abilities, leaving him temporarily human. And ice magic. Apparently, he's just straight weak to ice magic. Wonderful. Great. I now say all this to say that this should have been in the speed round. Because let's talk about Accelerator real quick here. Accelerator is an Esper who's literally capable of manipulating vectors. Now, what does that actually mean? That is a good question that I, even to this day, do not have a really good answer for what that actually means in terms of what he's capable of doing. But that being said, however, Accelerator, where are you, Accelerator? Well, okay, maybe if I actually find Accelerator himself, not just, all right, where, seriously, where did he go? I had him a moment ago in, well, this is annoying. Accelerator, anime, nope, I just want Accelerator character. Give me that again, please. I literally looked this up not more than, oh, here you go. Accelerator himself, Jesus. Okay. So, Accelerator's powers are described as such. Accelerator has the ability to create a thin field of aim around him, whichever that is, which allows him to modify the vector values of anything he touches. Now, examples of what this means is he can literally, there's also redirection, which is one of his most dangerous abilities. He can basically change the vector values of anything by touch. For example, he reversed the blood flow of, he killed a sister clone by reversing the blood flow inside her body by pushing his finger inside the wound, which is kind of disgusting. He's also constantly allowing things like gravity and light to affect him because he needs to allow it. It's kind of an unconscious ability. It's kind of almost automatic and almost always active. People were able to find their way around this, however, which has happened occasionally. He is actually very physically weak because he doesn't use his body. By altering the vectors of vector force applied to the ground and his feet, he can cause little explosions made of earth and rock to attack his opponents. Vector shooting. By touching an object, he can use the ability to change the magnitude of the vectors he comes in contact with, such as seen during the fight with some individuals. This allows them to charge the vector of objects in such a way they can turn them into projectiles. For example, an example of this use of the ability is in his fight with Tuma, when he lightly kicked a rock to make it shoot like a bullet. Wind control, he can re-vector the surrounding winds and force them to congregate at a single point, creating very high velocity winds. But it's had flaws like when the wind is moving around abnormal directions, so forth and so on. Plasma storm, he can just create plasma by further compressing wind to a high speed in a single point. Kinetic blast, brain hacking, and in accord to him, by redirecting electrical signals in the human body, he can take control of them or rewrite their memories, personalities, so forth and so on. Flight, that's kind of self-explanatory. Reverse engineering. He stated that as long as he has experienced it, he can analyze forces unknown to him as long as his body has been in contact with it, allowing the vectors to basically be applied and just kind of shoot him down. Bullet redirection, awakening. He awakens towards the end of volume 13. Machine ingenuity. He's quite competent with machinery. Magic. He has demonstrated the ability to use magic. He has used the vector ability to interpret the song used by the Index to save the Last Order. He has, was pure magic ability, suffered from serious harm when saved by the Last Order. Accelerator display extreme, delicate control over magic to have side effect using magic unnaturally. Sweating rather than rupture of blood vessels. Magical knowledge, firearms. Anyway, point is that while the vectors are insanely powerful, and he certainly has abilities that could be problematic, the sheer scale of Schneider's abilities completely outweigh Accelerator's abilities. Schneider, frankly, just has more under his belt, and he can do things as effed up as just use the gates of hell. He can steal. He can apparently, manipulate souls, manipulate minds. He can basically just. In theory, he could just drag Accelerator to hell, and Accelerator would not have an answer for that. Poison from hell itself to, melt all organic material. Now, the catch is he does have to get through Accelerator's vector, which is not actually as easy as it sounds. However, there is enough power between the two of them, and he's powerful enough, along with his own defenses, that I don't think Accelerator is going to be able to just take over his mind. He's probably going to have resistance to that, as well as the fact that he's not human, too. Not a normal human anyway. He is technically not human. He can become human when he overuses his power. But that being said, he could probably just destroy the planet if he really, really wanted to. He could also seal Schneider away, or Accelerator away. Accelerator's abilities, while impressive and very unique and dangerous, are limited. Limited because he has to now use his collar to make the calculations. If that collar were to be destroyed, well, then he's actually in a bit of trouble. Add on the fact that he can just reconstruct the dead. He can come back from the dead. There's not a lot that Accelerator can do to put him down for good. In essence, everything that Accelerator can do, Schneider can do better on a greater scale, and he can do even more of it. Add on the fact that he's not physically crippled, and that he actually is just physically just a brick shithouse with Dark Schneider. And this would not be a fight that goes in Accelerator's favor, in my opinion. But I do concede that I don't know a lot on these characters. Accelerator I knew a little bit, but Dark Schneider didn't know anything about personally up until now. So now that I do, I know that he is exceptionally powerful. So I would probably... Oh, God. Excuse me. I would probably go with Accelerator in this fight. No, sorry. Dark Schneider in this fight. Accelerator would at least prove to be mildly inconvenient. But again, it all comes down to the level of power that we have kind of went over. And it just seems to be that Dark Schneider has the overwhelming edge in this category. Especially in scaling. Scaling wise, he just seems to outrank the output that Accelerator has. Not to mention just doing things that Accelerator cannot do. So I would probably go with Dark Schneider on this. But for the people who actually know these characters better than I do, please let me know if you feel differently. If you do, that's cool. We're all adult. We're all friends here, and I'm not infallible by any stretch of the means. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.